Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Amir here, and what we're going to be doing today is going to be a ticket tool tutorial. I thought I'd run down ticket tools. A lot of people do like to use this in their servers. This is kind of a, it's essentially what it is. It makes tickets, basically it makes private channels, so that so users can interact with mods, ask them questions, stuff like that. I do have a new monitor, 1440p, so that's why the video is being recorded in that quality. Hopefully all is good. I've tried to make sure that audio is nice and crisp. I upgraded my PC recently and the fans seem to be absolutely crazy loud. Hopefully I managed to edit all of that out and it sounds good. Anyway, I'm thinking what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the setup behind the scenes in the dashboard, and then past that I'll show you a little bit of setting up the premium one. I'm just going to start the trial here, set it up for a buddy server of mine, and then hopefully it should be good, so that if you guys ever do want to go ahead and get the premium version of this bot, you guys know how to go ahead and do that. I'll leave a link to this description in I'll leave a link to this and I'll leave a link to this bot in the description, so you guys know how to go ahead and set it up. So once you log in, you should be granted with all your bots that you have here. If not, click on manage servers and they should come up. Note to anyone, if you go ahead and log into Ticket Tool and then you go ahead and make a new server, or you become admin of a new server that you didn't previously say have admin for, when you go back to Ticket Tool, the server will not appear, so you're going to have to log out, log back in, and then it will appear. Again, for this server we're going to be go ahead and doing this one. I'm just going to make a whole new ticket just to show you how it's done. So this is kind of the main hub, I guess you would say, of the dashboard. Just some server info tickets. This box here, I would not recommend touching any. Most people don't really set up permissions properly, so I would recommend just leaving them all on. This basically just gives the bot admin so that it actually can use the stuff it goes into. If you know how to use permissions, and I will be going into a in-depth video in that in the near future, so you guys know how to set up permissions properly, etc, etc. If you guys know how to do permissions, then obviously you can tinker this to your liking. If you don't and you're not really too experienced on Discord, I really recommend leaving it as is. It works perfectly fine, and I don't recommend doing anything else. So you got a few options here. Really, you're only going to use two of them. It depends how different and weird your server is. The default command obviously here is, as it says, is $. I personally use the commands in Ticket Tool a lot. You've got $close, $transcript, those sort of ones, and $delete to delete the ticket. Those are the ones I personally use. It's kind of up to you as to whether you want to change it or not. I found it works perfect because no other major bot really uses the $sign. You know, Dino uses question mark, Me6 uses exclamation mark. Those are the two major bots that people will have. And obviously, if you're going to be having a prefix which interferes with any of those, then it's going to be a bit of a hassle when you want to go ahead and actually, you know, do your commands. Obviously, kind of self-explanatory into what these do. Dashboard roles, this basically allows certain roles to have access to the dashboard so they can edit this. Personally, we haven't. I believe anybody that has the managed server permission will be able to manage this dashboard. If not, then anybody with the administrator will be able to. But say there's a certain role you want to be able to manage it. Say you want your moderators to, then you can go ahead and put that in, click save, it'll be on there. If you want a certain role not to be able to use, that says commands or reactions. Say you've got a muted role, you don't want them to spam tickets, put that in here, click save, they won't be able to do it. Obviously self-explanatory again. This means you can have 100 global tickets. I believe there is a cap to this, I'm not too sure what it is. I think for, say, premium, you can have unlimited tickets, and a certain number of this in the free one is obviously a limit. However, for the server we've got, I believe it's got about 10k. Oh, it says it right there, I'm fucking blind. 10k. Yeah, 100's been fine for us, even when we've had a bit of spam of all of that stuff. I'm not the server owner, so I won't actually be able to show you this. However, if you generate a new key, this will give you a password which you can keep, and then say you accidentally delete the bot or delete the settings, whatnot, you can restore it, all your settings will be saved. Pretty dandy. This over here is for premium, which we'll get into in the second half of the video. Anyway, moving on to command configs. It's again not too hard. This is basically just your commands and actually configuring them. As it says, you've got 8, so you've got open. This allows you to open tickets if they've been closed by somebody. If you want to close the ticket, the way tickets will work, so I'll explain to you later on. You basically click a reaction, gives you a channel, you go into it. Moderators can close it, which means that it will be available to view by only moderators and admins then. If it needs to be reopened, the open command as you see here can be used. You need to delete a ticket. If you don't want to save a transcript, you want to delete it straight away. $delete. I use that. Lovely. You need to rename a ticket for certain reason. Rename, giveaway, whatnot. So you use tickets for a very specific reason in your server. That would be pretty helpful for you. Transcript, again, I personally use this one a lot. It basically saves the transcript file into a HTML file, which you can then view. But because of the recent Discord update where you can view HTML files inside of Discord, you can view that transcript straight away inside of Discord without needing to open the HTML file. So that, I think, has become very popular and good. This allows you to add a user. Say there's an issue and another user needs to be added to give information. You can add them, and then I believe you can either ping them or you can put the user ID. Personally, I recommend user IDs. User IDs always work unanimously across Discord. Pinging somebody in a channel they don't have access to can be a bit finicky sometimes, so very much depends. And again, remove user. This one here, essentially, as it says, premium only, but if a certain team member or staff member wants to say, hey guys, I'm doing this ticket, please don't fucking steal it from me, they'll go claim, and then it will send a message, blah, 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 this ticket is now being claimed by, say, Amir. And then everyone knows Amir's doing it, fucking hell, don't steal my ticket. People get pretty competitive in servers and they want to have like I've got the highest tickets completed, blah, blah, blah. Fucking people getting Discord. Each settings for this will allow you to change it to if it's only a support team. You can make it only work in certain channels. You can make it not work in certain channels, and then again, allow certain roles to do it and certain roles not to do it. So you want claims to only be able to be used by your senior staff or your admin or your whatever, but you don't want it to be used by your mods. Okay, you can do that, and that works perfectly fine. Personally, however, I have not tinkered with this at any point when using Ticket Tool. The base setup really works well, and it really doesn't need to be changed or fucked with. Of course, a more complicated setup might require you to use them. However, my personal use, I haven't had to. So, panel configs. This is where your majority of time is going to be spent. So, a panel is essentially, if I show you, this is essentially a panel. This message here, this is a panel of the tickets, I guess. You can either react, or as you see, they've added the new buttons, which were added in Discord JSV12. Press it, and then it makes your channel. But essentially, this is the panel. This is the panel that allows the tickets to be started in, blah, blah, blah. Choose whichever channel you want. However, I'm going to create one just for the purpose of this, just to show you the whole process of creating the panel and then going into the settings. Because I know if I just edit this one, people are going to be like, oh, what the fuck? You didn't show us how to do it. Oh my God, I'm so stuck. So hopefully this should answer any questions regarding creating panels, and it should be pretty simple and self-explanatory if you guys don't know what to do. Obviously, you're going to put a name, just say I'm just going to put Bob, whatever. Support team roles here basically means this will be your staff roles that will be attached to the panel, meaning when the tickets are open, these are the guys that are going to be able to see the channels themselves. Of course, with anything, anyone with the administrator permission will override this. So if you've put this to say just staff, you're like, oh my God, my fucking admins can see it, what's going on? That's likely because they've got the administrator permission, as that overrides any Discord specific permissions. So I'm going to put this to, is there not a staff? I was like, is there not a staff role in this server? I swear there is. And I've just deleted it like an absolute nub. Anyway, I don't know what that is, but yeah. So you can add as many roles in here as you want, of course. Add whatever you want. And this here will be a channel. You can either set this here or you can go ahead and set it after. I'm going to set it after just for ease. So then you press create and it will say blah, 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 Bob created. You should reload the page. When it does, your new panel should appear right here, which is nice and dandy. And then again, you can choose one. However, I personally don't send it straight away. I personally go to the settings because there are quite a few settings which you can go ahead and do. as it says, a lot of settings here are premium, as seen by the diamond. Again, we'll go ahead and show you the premium stuff once we're in. If you forget to set roles, you can do that again in here. If you need to set more roles, it's classed as additional. I personally don't use that ever. Support team roles always works for me, so that's how I do it. Ticket limit essentially means how many tickets can be created by each person at one given time. So if I've got one open ticket, this essentially means I cannot create another one. I'm not too sure if it's saying ticket limit is premium or the other one is. I think, considering it's saved, so you can choose the amount of tickets here. Yeah, it doesn't say a limit, so I'm going to assume you can have unlimited. Two-step close essentially means when you press close, it will say, oh yeah, are you sure you want to close it? And then you'll do it again. Two-step. So essentially, yeah, again, this will allow you to close it. If you want to open it again, you can. That's kind of up to you whether you want that. Categories is essentially, for us, we've got a category in which tickets are essentially thrown into whenever they're opened. It allows for easy access and management of where your tickets all are. Of course, if you don't, you're just going to have a load of random channels at the top of your server. That looks really, really ugly and just cluttered. You don't want to have that. You want to make sure that you've got a ticket one. Some people also have one for closed tickets. Personally, I believe we just have one for open and closed tickets. Throws them all in there. But luckily for you, what does happen is once the ticket is closed, it gets renamed closed, and then it will say the ID of the ticket, and then your normal tickets will just be ticket dash and then ID. Again, I recommend throwing these into a ticket category. I'm just going to put these here just for the sake of representation, so you know how it works. Put it in, press save. Pretty self-explanatory. Permissions, again, if you do not know or understand Discord permissions to an adequate standard, please, please, please do not mess with this, because you're going to start to see some really finicky things happen and you're not going to know why. I remember when I first started with Ticket Tool, I did that, and then essentially when I made a ticket, everybody in the server could see it, and I was like, what the hell, what the fuck, what's going on, why is everyone seeing these tickets, oh my god. And from an admin standpoint, I was a lot more into Discord back then. From an admin standpoint, that is a bit weird and finicky, especially if someone's trying to report a user. Oh yeah, every person in the server can just casually see that this person's being a snitch, and yeah, it generally doesn't go for a good morale. So I recommend leaving these at the default. You really don't need to change them unless you know what you're doing and you know how to do Discord permissions. Logging options, I really recommend. I cannot stress enough how much you need to use these. Again, personally, we have a tickets log channel somewhere. There we go. Sorry, I'm fucking blind. Again, login channel, I pull it to tickets. I put them in the same. Login will basically log. You can choose what it logs as these buttons here. Transcript means any transcript that you save, if you do, will get saved to these channels, so that if you need to later on look at them, you can do. And I recommend saving transcripts for every single ticket if I were you. Just works perfectly, allows you to go back if you need to. Anyway, so for what should be logged, personally, I don't think ticket being created needs to be logged. I think that's total useless and it clutters the channel. Ticket closed, again, really doesn't need to be logged. For me, I do delete, transcript, and then I also do close. I believe, I'll check the other one in a sec. I believe I do closed. For created and opened, it's kind of pointless in my personal opinion. It's all up to you. But the transcript message, okay, so they've changed it. So you used to be able to edit what the transcript actually says. Now you can't. Some of these you can edit to say, oh yeah, hi, this is the support team, blah, 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 please send a message, blah, 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 blah. It's kind of up to you. Again, these buttons, if you don't like the button there, you can just turn them off, as you see here. Personally, a lot of people like the new Discord button feature. I personally also like it, so I leave it. For the message itself, this is, I'll show you later, obviously, when the channel gets created, and obviously it says, hey, you've created a ticket, blah, blah. This will be what this message first shows. Personally, I do, oh yeah, hello, blah, 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 blah. Please write your message or report. Yeah, hello, please write your message, blah, blah, blah. You can write, obviously, what you want. Are the parameters shown here? No, they're not. Okay, so I'll link you, if they've got a docs, I'll link you a lot of docs, which will show you the parameters of the bot. Parameters essentially meaning, as you saw before, it said user. This basically, this parameter here, user, it essentially means that the bot will ping the user, say hello at blah blah blah. Please write your point before so I can get back to you. Obviously, you can just leave this at user hello, or sorry, user welcome. That's what it said. If you wish, if you want it to have something very specific, you can do that. That's very much up to you. Personally, I write something similar to this, probably a lot better. I just kind of was like, fuck it, let me just type something. Again, you can change this as well. Essentially, when you close it, it will ask you, again, are you sure you would like to close? If you don't want that, then again, somewhere there was a here again 2-step. If you want it to just close and not ask you, that's where that would be. But yeah, that's the messages. Panel message here is essentially the message in the channel that says to create a ticket, blah blah. Now again, this used to be editable, but they have made a lot of their features premium, which is totally fine. You know, they do give you a 7-day trial, so if you really want to, I'm pretty sure you could just go on different accounts, add the bot, get a load of trials. But the normal free one does work full enough. Now, in terms of actually setting up, this is really all of it. Oh yeah, so here's the variables. So if you need to add a variable somewhere, this is the variables that they support. So it does take a bit of tinkering, but it does tell you what they're for. Just make sure you do use squiggly brackets and not normal brackets, because they won't work. Anyway, so I'm gonna switch over to Discord very quick. I lied. Forgot one thing. So you need to obviously choose the channel in which you're gonna send this to. There's a ticket channel. You click send, and then you see it got sent straight away. It's got the name of the panel here, so obviously don't call it Bob, but call it something unique and whatever. You'll click ticket, it will make one. Hello, you see I put user, it will say at user, please write your report, blah blah blah. And as you see, my staff can see, blah blah, and then obviously you can message with user, blah 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 blah. Whatever you want to write to your user, and then say you're done, you can either click the button close, or you can do the command $close. And at this point, only the staff would be able to see this ticket. The user would now be locked out. Of course, I'm an admin, so I can obviously see it and it's my ticket. Now, when you press transcript here, it should save, and it will save to that channel that I showed you earlier. If you need to open a ticket again for any reason, actually, we need a bit more information from that user. We can then go ahead and open it again. Blah, blah, blah. Done. Say I'm done. I can then go ahead, close it. That's closed. And if I need to delete the ticket, and at this point you can also quickly save the transcript. Personally, I do that, and it actually works quite a lot. Tickets, as you see, we've got our deleted, closed, blah blah. We scroll to the bottom. Here's the one I just did, and it saves the HTML file. But you can also expand it, and you can see in here a load of information. If you download it and look at it in the browser, you should be able to see every single message and text. And I believe it saves the attachments that were sent in the channel too. I don't really remember how that works. But that's essentially how it works. It is really, really simple. It's nothing too complicated. It's not anything too crazy. I'm just going to go over really quickly how to get the premium. Say we've clicked start trial here, and then it should transfer, it should say premium, 7 days left as it says. And then if I remember, you go to, is it server configs? Yep, server configs. And then you need to invite the bot, because the premium bot is a separate one. As you see, it's got a gold ticket there instead of a normal one, I think, because there are 2 Josh servers. I think this is the one I was on about. Let me go check. Was it this one, or was it not this one? Is the question. Shit. Okay, so yeah, so obviously I see. Okay, so as you saw, I tried to send it and it said it didn't have permission. I believe that could just be that you need to give the bot admin. I think that's just when Wick comes in, Wick decides to fucking yoink all the roles. So then let's go back and try and send it. Okay, yeah, so as you see, it's sent, and as you see, it's now the premium ticket tool. Now I'm going to click create ticket, and then it opened, and it continues your account from as you had before. It just changes to ticket tool premium. As you see, this one's the normal ticket tool. This ticket was just opened, I believe, and now it changes ticket tool premium. And then you've got all the premium features, as mentioned before. If you need to go ahead and edit stuff and you want to add some, where was it, something that was, say you want to change this, you can go ahead and change that to say user. So then I'm gonna save that, we're gonna go to Discord, and then I'm gonna go ahead and open another ticket just to check, and it should say Amir. Shit, okay, I lied. I need to close my current ticket because I haven't edited the ticket limit. Ignore my wackiness here. Been a while since I've done this premium ticket tool. Anyway. Okay. Now this also happens where Wix just yoinked it. Wix, the raid prevention tool. Anyway, I'm gonna unquarantine it, give it permissions, and then we're just gonna pretend like nothing happened. Okay, anyway, ticket tool has now been unquarantined. I'll need to go ahead and give it some permissions in a sec. Shit, why has that gone user? Oh, I'm a prick. I've put the wrong fucking curly bracket. Okay, if you do it properly and don't be a dickhead, then it should go like this. I put it like that, where it was one right bracket, one wrong one. Anyway, if you put it right, I'm just an absolute prick. And that. Okay, so as you see, it was created, and it says the user ID inside of the ticket there. Of course, you're probably not going to want this long one. So that's just, I'm going to leave all this in just so you can see. Just so you can see the actual trial and error that you might have to do. So it looks like it's either going to be author or author.name. So then I'm going to try author, see if that works, and then we'll see how it's going to go. I'm just going to delete the channel because I've got admin perms and it's just a lot easier. I think Ticket Tool is going to get quarantined again, which is whatever. Okay, so it's not. Okay, so it's not that one either. And let me try author.name. And then make another ticket, and we'll see if that works or not. There you go, that worked. Okay, so it was author.name. And then obviously that changes it to your name, and then -3. That's obviously the amount of tickets, because we've made 3 since we've changed over. And then that's that. I'm not going to go into all of the premium stuff, really. Anything marked with a diamond is premium, and you can go ahead and edit it if you would like. That's all up to personal preference. However, yeah, I think, you know, we went over Ticket Tool, we went over how to set it up, we went over getting premium in the server. little bit of fuck ups on my behalf, but I'm gonna keep it in just so you guys can see the little tinkering and trial and error that you may have to do. The variables are a little bit finicky, so you are gonna have to mix and match to see which works and suits your individual needs. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If it's been helpful or you've liked it, make sure to drop the video a like rating. Comment down below if you have any issues and I'll be sure to get back to help you out. Just any general feedback will be good. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more videos like this. Hope you guys have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.